Demiboy. These are my pronouns. You're being transphobic.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Amir Odom, and thank you for tuning in to watch me cringe inside and react to the amazing TikToks, wonderful, beautiful, that my friends helped me pull. Last one, you guys loved it, so we'll be doing it again. I'm just baffled with the last video and what I had to endure, so I'm only curious about what's about to happen here. I have my coffee. Also want to give a big shout out and thank you to Upward News for sponsoring this video. More information on them below, and let's just dive right into it.
You know about childism. This term hasn't trended yet, and people aren't talking about this. I think it's totally valid. Childism is the idea of, well, sexism, racism, discrimination against your sex, discrimination against your race. Well, childism is discrimination because you're a child.
You're a child. You're not supposed to be listened to. You're supposed to be led and guided because you're new to this world. You're new to everything. You don't know everything. You're literally a child, and that's what adults are for, to guide you. I'm confused. And this guy's a teacher. How are you teaching a class? You know what?
I'm non-binary, can you call me they? And I told that student, oh honey, you're way too young to know your gender identity. This would not only be transphobic, this would also be considered childism. Not only am I not respecting their pronouns, I would also be discriminating against them because of their age. I'm saying they are too young to know what their gender identity is. You can do this.
They are. They're too young to vote. They're too young to drive. They're too young to smoke. They're too young to drink. They're too young to get a tattoo. They're too young to consent to sex. I cannot stand the ideology that we should be accepting and acknowledging children and taking their opinions for face value and really listening to them. They're children. They need to be guided.
I teach in an explicitly trans-affirming high school. We have gender support plans. We have a gender-affirming wardrobe at our school. We have binders on demand for our students, and other shapewear can easily be ordered.
For those that don't know what a binder is like a chest binder to suppress the chest, so the people who don't want their oobies to be covered up.
We have students that express themselves in all manner of different ways, and I couldn't be prouder to work at a school that's so amazing.
I didn't even know that trans-affirming high schools existed, and I don't even know why it's a thing to begin with. Again, why don't we just focus on teaching children the things they need to be taught to be a functioning adult in society, and not affirming their idea, their reality of who they think they are at that age? Why are we sitting here binding girls' chest because they want to be a man? Why are we providing high heels and dresses and clothes just so that these kids can feel comfortable in who they think they are? I don't know why I subject myself to this.
When it comes to inclusive language, oftentimes people tend to use phrases like people with penises or people with vaginas rather than saying male and female or men and women. While this can absolutely be inclusive for trans people, unfortunately it's not always the most inclusive language for intersex people. My advice is to use language that focuses on function and not just...
No, we cannot, as much as it sounds great, we can't include everybody. The intersex people, there is something wrong with them. That's not being hateful. That's just telling it what it is. It's a genetic anomaly that is wrong and it should not have happened. And just because it did happen does not mean we have to include them in every single thing, because it's just impossible to. There are people born with 11 and 12 fingers. So are we going to start selling gloves that have extra fingers in Walmarts now?
Such as people who can get pregnant, people who can get other people pregnant.
No. People who can get pregnant are women. People who get other people pregnant, those are men. I don't even want to hit play.
What's the difference? Paraboy versus Demiboy.
Hey. People who identify as paragender feel as though their gender is made up of a dominant gender and a minor gender or genders. And people who identify as paraboy feel as though they're dominant.
I'm over it. Cannot, will not, and won't. No. This is why, you know what? This is why people are over it. We cannot, genuinely cannot function in a society like this. I want to be accepting. I want to be loving. I want to be caring. I want to be inclusive, but I cannot for things that are just insane, that people just come up with willy-nilly. It's so frustrating, and I have a video coming out on this soon, why the LGB is different from the TQ+, and this is a prime example of that, because you have the lesbians, the gays, and the bis really clearly defined, guys that likes guys, girls that like girls, and guys and girls who like both guys and girls. Clear. We understand it, we get it, we can move on. This TQ+ shit, I don't know what this is. Half of us can't even understand it. It's hard to keep up. It's coming up on the fly. You can't defend something like this. You cannot defend something you cannot define. It's confusing, and I have nothing to do with this. Just because I'm a gay man, I have nothing to do with this. This is batshit crazy.
Gender is male, while their minor gender could be any gender and genders, but their dominant is male.
We're moving on to the next one. I'm not entertaining this shit. This video is already hard enough for me to make, but this is some new level of lunacy. You're either a guy or a girl, and the rest of your identity is your name. These people are so damn bored. You have nothing to worry about in society. All you're worrying about is how people are referring to you as, what box you can check, all these different labels and groups you can be in so that you can feel oppressed. Life does not have to be as hard as you're making it out to be. We are so blessed and privileged to live in the United States of America that we're so damn bored that you have people like this coming up with demiboys and all these different terms for just personality traits. Just say you're a dude that's a little more masculine than feminine, and then keep it pushing. I do not understand why it has to be this deep. I really don't.
Nobody said that the gender binary was f***ing easy. These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me. At all.
You done lost your mind. Remember that rant I just went on? This is what I'm talking about. Where you're so bored and entitled, you feel the need to demand that you be referred to as whatever you're wanting to be. You are that lost in this world. You are that weak-minded to allow yourself to be controlled by other people's viewpoints of yourself instead of just being yourself. Instead of just being yourself and minding your business, not caring what someone refers to you as, not caring what someone thinks of you, looks at you. Your whole worldview is dependent on how people are looking at you. And if they're not looking at you a certain way, you are pissed and you are demanding that they refer to you as you want to be referred. Instead of just being confident in who you are, being that bitch and moving about your life. No. You put all that power into strangers. Good job. GG's. Good win.
I might get obliterated for this take, but the most transphobic people that I've encountered, both online and off, have been cis women. I see so many videos of cis women talking about how they're essentially tired of sharing the space of womanhood with trans people.
As they should. They are women. They're not cis women. They are women. Don't try to destroy and change the definitions of someone else's identity just so that you can make sense of yours. You are a trans woman.
And because trans people are calling themselves women without having the same experiences that they have had. If trans women bother you in that way, you're being transphobic. There's no other way around it.
No, not everything is transphobic. We're not transphobic for pointing out the truth for what it is. It is just extremely frustrating to be a part of a society where everything is racist, homophobic, transphobic, because we're destructing language. It is sad. And that's another video that I'm working on that's coming out about how we're destroying language and what words mean, because this person is saying it's transphobic. Well, no, you created that to be transphobic, because the definition of a woman did not always include identity until we changed the definition of woman to include someone who identifies as one. That did not used to be there. So you're literally changing definitions and altering what it means so that you can come back and scream and say what you want to say. We cannot function in a society like this. We genuinely cannot. It is not transphobic to point out that only women can have children.
Okay, re-upload, because everybody is looking for literally any reason to pretend that they're not transphobic. So let me just really break it down for you, okay? Here is a hypothetical situation. You meet a person who is the gender that you are romantically and sexually attracted to, okay? And you are attracted to them in every possible way. Emotionally, mentally, physically. You are attracted to this person. You really like them, right? You get on with them so well. You have loads of things in common. You share a bunch of interests. All of your morals and values and your religion all line up. You really seem to be made for each other, okay? And you think to yourself, wow, this person is perfect. I never thought that I would meet a person like this. They tell you that they can't have kids, but that's okay because you never wanted kids anyway, so that's fine. It's not an issue. And then they tell you that they are trans. They tell you this information at the appropriate time, when it looks like you're starting to get serious.
It's a no. we've got to break up.
Now, they have completely transitioned, and if they hadn't told you, you would never know. There is no sign.
There's no such thing as completely transitioned. You can get the best doctor in the world, the best doctor in the world, but that does not mean that you will have a vagina or you will have a penis. And this again goes into why I talk about, I'm so excited for this video, why the LGB is different from the TQ+, because the LGB is rooted in science and biology. People who like penises or vagina or both. And then you have the TQ+, which is all identity. I don't care if you identify as a woman. If you do not have a vagina, you are not a woman. There is no such thing as a completely transition. You got me twisted.
Only reason is because they are trans. That's transphobic.
No, that's called being real and based in reality and biology. I don't care if you're a trans man and you're saying you're a man. If you do not have a penis, then I do not want you, because I am a gay man. Did we all forget that gays are terrified of vaginas? Did we forget that lesbian like holes, not poles? And there was a story about this lesbian dating app that is kicking off lesbians because they're transphobic for not wanting to date a trans woman. I'm sorry, the entire point of being a lesbian is a woman who likes a woman. A person who has a vagina who likes another person with a vagina. Not a makeshift one, not a sewn up one, not someone that's created in a lab on operating table, a born one, a natural one. That's not transphobic. It's called being a lesbian. I'm not transphobic for not wanting to be with a trans man. It's called being gay. This is what I was talking about with the trans community, changing definitions and changing language so much we're all confused. We all don't understand it. What the hell?
I think the really crappy thing about having a period every month is that, like, I have to experience all of this pain, all this discomfort, and I don't even get the joy or the ability to bear children. Like, such horse shit. Especially this month, because the cramps have been really, really bad. Debilitating, even more so than usual. And it's just like, you know, at least give me the ability to have a baby, or just like take this away. Like,
it's genuinely sad. It is sad that we've gotten here to this point where there are born men with balls and a penis that feel as though they say, yes, in my mind, I am a woman. And they have psyched themselves out so much to where they genuinely think that they have periods. This is happening so much, and it is rising. The amount of men that go and become a trans woman and say that they experience periods. Do not try to force us into your reality because you can't make sense of ours. Because the truth of the matter is, you are a trans person for a reason. If you are really a woman, you would just be a woman. You would experience periods, but you don't. You are a trans woman, and you will never experience these things. As much as you want to, as much as you try to psych yourself out and tell yourself that you're experiencing those things, you're not, and you're never going to. That isn't hateful, that's reality. There's a lot of people who want to be accepting of the trans community, who want to be accepting of this group of people, but it's hard to when you're not based in reality. When you're just saying shit to just say shit at this point. If you are cross-dressing, or if you're like suffering from gender dysphoria so much where you are transitioning, sympathy for that. If you feel the need, the urge to really alter your body so that you can blend in and fit with society, go for it. You're an adult, do what you want. But you also still have to hold on to reality and what you are as a person.
What are your preferred pronouns? They, them. Oh, I've never heard those before. What are they? They're what's known as neopronouns. What are neopronouns? They're basically your own custom pronouns when no other pronouns seem to fit.
We're ending the video here. I love y'all. I'm thankful for y'all to be here. Means the world to have your support on this channel. And y'all force me to react to TikToks because you'll love it. I'm sure my team will find some more for me to react to in another video. But I've said what I had to say about the pronoun stuff. But this right here, this is the new pop punk. This is the new goth. That's what trans is now. When I was growing up, there was like the goth kids, there was like the super punk emo kids. That was that. But now there's the trans kids. Now there's the whole non-binary crowd. There's that whole subset. That's what this is. Anyways, child, I got 2 videos coming out. I got one talking about why the LGB is different from the TQ+. Make sure to subscribe and stay in the loop for that video. And then I have another one talking about the destruction of language. That'll be at a later date. And then of course, Pride Month is coming up. So we'll be talking about that and more race relations and more cultural things. We're going to be talking about it all here. So make yourself comfortable, subscribe, turn on your bell notification, and comment below what other videos you would love to see from me. As always, I hope that you're going out there every day, becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. And you understand and know that if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish and be whatever you want to be. And I mean that in the sense of, oh, if you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. If you want to be a YouTuber, you can be a YouTuber. I'm not saying if you want to be a man, you can be a man. Or you can be a woman, you can be a woman. No, that can stay over there. I'm referring to putting your mind to something and going after it. The things that actually are real. So much love. Thank y'all. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.